Welcome back, guys. So in celebration of Nintendo's anticipation of all of us re-upping and paying for another year of the Switch Online service, they've dropped us a handful of Super Nintendo games. We knew this was coming way beforehand. We knew the controllers were coming. They did talk about this in the Nintendo Direct yesterday. But today, I want to take a look at this with you guys, kind of talk about a few things, give my impressions, just see how things look. So without further ado, let's jump into this nonsense. We got like, what, 20 games, obviously? There's one thing that I do want to mention that I think always slips my mind when I talk about this Switch Online service with these NES and now Super Nintendo games is, you know, I've brought up and plenty of other people have brought up like, hey, we have a lot of access to these games in a sense. Super Nintendo Classic Edition, NES Classic Edition. Those of you who emulate like little pirates on the Raspberry Pi, the PlayStation Classic, I don't care. You guys know that. But even if you're playing on, you know, original hardware, flash drives, if you have that, you know, flash carts, or if you have the actual games, the one thing that I always overlook with this, and I think a lot of people don't really mention, is there is some added value. Like, I'm not playing online with people on those other ways that I play, not easily anyway. But that's the one thing that Nintendo does offer with this service is that you could play two-player NES and Super Nintendo games online with a friend. Pretty amazing stuff, right? I've never used this. I've never played online. I have played the game single player, never played online. Not even 100% how this works. I got no friends right now playing, but you can play while you wait. Like, just chill, play some games, wait and see if somebody joins you. Who knows? So I'm going to go ahead and click that, put no passcode. Maybe we'll get lucky and somebody will join me. But I think this is more of a thing where you want to have, you know, this pre-set up. Like, you know, you got a buddy or somebody who's going to be joining you, and you know that. So we do have some options here. The 4:3 Pixel Perfect CRT filter, show controls in game. I want to turn that off. I always like wondered if you could turn that off, and I never looked, but yeah, you could turn that off. What? We'll leave it at 4:3, but you do have those features. So if you've never looked in the settings, there are some settings here that we can go into. So let's take a quick look at what's on here at this time. We got Brawl Brothers, two-player beat 'em up action. Not really a favorite of mine, but hey, it's there. Breath of Fire's cool. I like Breath of Fire 3. That's my favorite on a PlayStation 1. Demon's Crest, awesome-ass game. Legit game, one of them expensive ass Super Nintendo games. F-Zero, well, maybe not crazy expensive, but it's definitely up there. F-Zero, awesomeness. Pilot Wings, pretty awesome game. I love it. I like the Nintendo 64 one better. In the Kirby games, we got Joe and Mac 2, Lost in the Tropics, Star Fox, but no Star Fox 2. But you knows Nintendo. They'll be adding some games in the future, and people will be like either excited or disappointed, you know, one way or another. But we'll probably get Star Fox 2 at some point, because it's not really dipping into like, oh, that was only on the Super Nintendo Classic, we want people to buy that. They stopped manufacturing them. So, I mean, I would imagine they would put it on here at some point. Stunt Race FX, Earth Defense Force. I've always heard good things about this game, but I've never played it. I've played other versions on like later games in the Earth Defense Force series. Super Ghouls and Ghosts, Super Metroid. We're getting a lot of stuff we knew was going to be on here. I mean, is there really too many surprises here? Not in my eyes. Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, never liked that game. Never really gave it too much of a chance. At some point I should, because a lot of people do say it's an awesome game, but I just never could get into it. Super Mario World, the original, love it. That has definitely stood the test of time. As far as old school games go, a lot of games in the Super Nintendo have. Yeah, not the diss Mario World 2. It's definitely a beautiful game, but just not one I really got into. Super Mario Kart, the game that will be kind of neat to play online with people. But then, like, you know, I don't have anybody jumping in. I've never really heard too much about people playing multiplayer games on here. Like I said, it's something where it's probably you need to hit up your buddy, like, hey, I want to play some NES games, like join me, that kind of thing. But like, are people going to be like, yeah, let's play this instead of playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe? Huh? I would. I mean, but we'll have to wait and see. What else do we got here? What was the Super Puyo Puyo 2 Super Famicom game? Kind of interesting to see that we got a Super Famicom game thrown on there. I can think of a bunch that would be kind of neat to get on here, but I don't think it's English translated, so kind of whatever. It's a puzzle game, so I guess you don't really need it. But if you're playing like the story mode, you won't know what the hell these people are saying. You won't know what the menu options say. So there you go. Super Soccer, turf shredding soccer action. Hells yes. Super Tennis. I've played this. It's a cool one. And Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past. Hell yeah. So the one thing I think, you know, this library of digital games that we don't own will be built upon in the future. We'll get like those special edition versions of the games where you're pretty much just cheating and you're all powered up at the end of the game. Still kind of neat to mess around with. But like I said, the big thing with the added value to me is that online session that people don't really talk about too much. And it's something that I think really would add some value here, you know, for these multiplayer games. That would be kind of neat. The one thing I wish is we could get rid of this bezel. Like, I don't really care for the bezel that they use for this. I wish it was just black. I mean, I guess not too bad, but hey, not having the controls listed at the bottom, that's a good thing. So let's check out how this game looks. So far, everything's sounding fine, looking fine. Let's just get into the game. You know, Nintendo's kind of been hit and miss with the visuals with their emulation of their old school consoles on previous systems that they've done with Virtual Console and whatnot. But this, looking at this, not too dark. It's not bright enough. Like it looks good to me. It looks to be expected kind of thing. Oh man, the analog sucks playing this. I got to use the D-pad. I got to be tapping those corners. You know what I mean? Oh crap. Drop that banana. What? Yeah, I'm sucking, man. It's all right, dude. Don't be talking shiz. There we go. Everything, like, oh crap, I just mushroomed straight into the wall like an idiot. Response, everything feels good. I'm using a Pro controller. You know, they're going to be selling the additional Super Nintendo controllers where they don't like charge on the side of the system. They don't have those wonky additional like guardrails to slide onto your Switch to charge it. It's just like a 8-bit Super Nintendo controller, but made by Nintendo. It does have like the additional buttons on the top, the shoulder buttons, really tiny little things there. But if you're mainly just using it for Super Nintendo games, like, I mean, it's not really going to be that big a deal. Oh shit, should have hopped, man. Final lap. It's always hard when I'm filming and talking, like, you know, that's why a lot of times people, you know, I do things a little different sometimes, man. You know, people, they be recording their footage and talking over it. Man, half the time, more than half the time, I just be recording and talking over it at the same time, you know? Man, maybe that's not professional, but you know what? We do things the way we do them here. But there's that Mario Kart. I'm not getting any friends jumping in wanting to play with me. Sad day. No, I don't want to quit the online session. I want to wait for somebody to jump in. Let's check out Earth Defense Force. Oh yeah. Come on. If you go in the 2-player through the menu, that's like you're going to play 2 players on your system, so it'll ask you to make sure you have another controller connected. So that's why I'm not even jumping into that, because I don't have another controller down here. All right, let's get into it. Select your weapon. All right. I want to explode. Good luck. But I mean, I don't want to sit here and complain about what we're getting. You know, I don't remember really complaining so much that, you know, we had to pay for Switch Online. We were told that in the beginning, like, hey guys, hey little fellers, you're going to pay for this eventually. Just, you're going to have it free in the beginning. So it is kind of a thing, even if I have complained about it, which, you know, I usually joke around quite a bit about things. But in all seriousness, with the cost, what we pay for this, I didn't really complain too much, especially, like I said, knowing, oh, you son of a bitch, especially knowing that Nintendo said since before we got the damn system that we were going to eventually pay for it, but you're going to have like the first so much time without having to pay. So really, it's not something that I want to complain too much about. It's just, when you pay for things, like people just want to see like added value. But, is Nintendo doing a good job? I mean, it's subjective. It's going to be up to you guys to decide. For me, it's not something I really want to harp on too much about. Would it be cool if we got extra things like cheaper, like discounts on games or something? I don't know. I mean, deeper discounts. We do get coins for buying stuff, and you can redeem that for money off. So, I mean, there's that. Is that a Switch Online only thing, or is that just for anybody? I don't freaking know. Let's get the hell out of this game. I'm getting my ass handed to me. But it is neat. They're adding value in a sense. We have online mode that nobody's joining me because I don't have any friends. We got a bunch of games we can mess around with. Have I spent a lot of time playing the NES games? No. Am I going to spend a lot of time playing these? Probably not. But it is cool to see that the stuff is added. I do joke around like, hey, it's in celebration of Nintendo's making more money off of us because we're all going to be paying for our Switch Online memberships. And that's the truth. But if you're fine with it, let Nintendo do what they're doing. It would be cool to see some other stuff going on. This is a neat addition, but like I said, a lot of people downplay or don't really talk about the online aspect of it. Kind of wish we would have got to see that right now, but I couldn't pre-set up anybody playing with me. So I had to play with myself like usual. But there you go. Let me know what you guys think. Is this an added value to you? And considering the online modes that we can play, who knows how well that works. I can't get one going. But let me know what your thoughts are down below. What games do you want to see added to this? I'm sure pretty much all the Nintendo stuff that you would expect will be added. But what about third-party support? Let me know what you think. With that said, guys, I will catch y'all next time. Peace out. Bye-byes. And boom. I'm going to go play with myself a little more. Bye.